Hello everyone. Today we're down in Lake Sumter Landing in the Villages, Florida. I have with me today Bruce Hancock from Mutual of Omaha. He is a HECM specialist, and we're going to talk a little bit about HECM mortgages. And so let's get started.
Sure.
Bruce, tell me a little bit about yourself and about Mutual of Omaha.
Okay. Well, I was born in South Jersey. Immigrants from Italy, on my mother's side, to Philly, to Camden, to Jersey, and then I served in the Army. I'm a Vietnam veteran, and I got into the mortgage business in 1984 when I was like 3 years old. And other than getting out for a brief period of time when the market crashed and getting into another field for a little bit, I've been in the business almost 40 years now, 37 years.
Good. How about a little bit about the company you work for?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I work for Mutual of Omaha. As most people probably know, Mutual of Omaha has been around over 100 years. They have a multitude of different avenues that people take with them. Obviously they do insurance, they do financial planning, and they do mortgages, and that's how I got into them. I've been in with them for a while now, and I just enjoy the company. It's a very strong, reputable company. Most people remember it from the old animal shows from years ago, so I just enjoy the company, and I enjoy the camaraderie and the knowledge that they provide.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about what products that you offer?
Well, me personally, I just do the HECM. HECM stands for Home Equity Conversion Mortgage, and there's two avenues. And I'm going to use this word, although when I say this word, most people just, they think it's taboo, but there's two ways to use the HECM. HECM stands, again, for Home Equity Conversion Mortgage, and the word that most people hear and run away from is reverse. So there's two avenues that you could take with a HECM. One is a reverse refi, and one is a reverse purchase. So I just do that nowadays. I don't compete with most real estate agents, regular mortgage guy that they do their conventional loans with and things like that.
Okay, so what exactly is HECM for Purchase? What does it mean? What is it used for?
Okay, there's three ways to buy a home today. You can pay all cash, and obviously the downside to that is you're using all your cash. Depending whether you're buying a $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 home, you're limiting your cash, and you're also limiting your buying power because you can only buy as much as the money you have, as sales price as high as you have. So the second way of getting a home is with a regular mortgage, and most people that are retired are not looking to have mortgage payments. They're looking to get out of mortgage payments usually. And then the third way is the HECM for Purchase or reverse purchase. The way the reverse purchase works is I always use 50-50 as a basis, but normally the older you are, the more we put up percentage-wise. But just using a low of 50-50, if you had $200,000 as an example, because you just sold your home in New Jersey, and you come down here with $200,000, and they call you up and say, Keith, I'm looking for a home for $200,000 because that's all the cash I have, and I don't want a mortgage payment. You're going to be stuck showing them homes for $200,000, no more. With a reverse purchase, we'll match 50-50 whatever they put up. So if they put up $200,000, we're putting up $200,000. So now you're showing homes of $400,000. So they're buying the home that they really want, not the one they thought they could afford. In the meantime, they never have a mortgage payment. So it's a beautiful way to buy a home. Again, they get the upgrades, they get the home on the lake or the golf course or whatever it may be, instead of a smaller, less expensive $200,000 home. So there's many ways to use it. That's one. You buy a home for $400,000, you put up $200,000, we put up $200,000, you have no mortgage payment. Or let's say they found a home for $300,000. They put up $150,000, we put up $150,000 again, and now they get to put $50,000 back into their bank account for emergencies or whatever, living better. So we never ask for a mortgage payment, although if you wanted to make a payment, you're completely able to, whether you would pay $1 a month, $100, $5,000 once a year, you can pay anything or nothing. Now, the way I explain what most people think is the downside of the program is this. Let's say you show them a home for $400,000 and they go, oh my gosh, Keith, this is a great home, the best home I ever thought I could ever buy. Now, they do the reverse purchase. They owe us $200,000 right off the bat. If the next day they sell their home and they get hit by lightning, their heirs inherit the home, the heirs sell the home, and for getting realtor fees or whatever, they net $200,000 because they got to pay us back the $200,000 that we put up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to go high on both. Let's just say the house increases 4% a year, which, as you know, is low for the villages. But let's just say it only increases 4% a year. And let's say the debt grows at 4% a year, what they owe us.
Mm-hmm.
So next year they owe us $208,
Right?
but their house is now worth $416. So in just 1 year alone, they've picked up $8,000 in equity in their home.
Right.
And that's using a 4% appreciation rate, which is obviously, again, lower than the village's average.
Right. I think a lot of people, when they think reverse mortgages, they hear horror stories and they talk about, or they feel that they're going to lose their home and have nothing left.
Yep.
And that doesn't sound like that's the case anymore in the way things are done.
Correct. All the bad has been taken out for the most part. There's only pluses. The only time that, obviously anybody would be affected is if there's a huge downturn like 13 years ago in the market. However, the FHA has a built-in guarantee that says you can never owe more than the value of your home.
Okay, how does that work?
Well, everyone pays what's called MIP, mortgage insurance premium, okay? It's a one-time fee. It's 2% of the value of the home. It's part of your closing costs. So when you have your title and all that kind of stuff, there's a 2% MIP charge in there. So let's just say we have a repeat of 13, 14 years ago, and the market crashes, and you owe us, I'll go to an extreme. You bought that home for $400, we put up $200, and let's just say the $200 you owe us grows to $300,000. Excuse me, and your home plummets in value, and it's only worth half. It's only worth $200 now.
Okay.
So you owe us $300, your home's worth $200. Okay, if you sell it or you pass away and your kids sell it, they don't owe us that difference.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, the FHA also, that 2% also tells the heirs, let's just say the kids, mom and dad pass away, they owe us $300,000, the home's only worth $200,000. We say to the kids, all right, listen, we don't want the house. You can sell it, take all the furniture, the pots and pans out, or you can buy it for $190, 95% of the value.
Okay.
And no questions, they don't owe us that 110 difference between the value and what it's owed on the house.
Oh, I never knew that. I didn't know that option was out there.
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't say it much either because I always forget about it.
Yeah.
But it's a great tool. I mean, we'll tell the kids and the heirs, look, why don't you buy it for $190? Hold on to it for a little while, let it rebound, and sell it for $300, 5 years from now or whatever. So
Right.
we try to get the kids, encourage the kids to take over the home.
Okay. So what are the requirements? If I were looking to get a HECM for purchase, what would I have to do? How would I qualify? What are the requirements that I would need to cover?
Okay, it's really pretty easy, unlike a regular mortgage. We do have to show enough income coming in that you can make your property tax payments, your HOA fee if you have them, car payment if you have it. Usually, Social Security award letters cover that. So if Mr. and Mrs. Jones are making $2,500 a month from Social Security, that's enough. We don't care about it. We do run a credit report, but we don't care what the credit score is. Your credit score can be 500. It's not credit driven, but we do run a credit because you cannot currently be in a bankruptcy. You can't currently have a federal lien against you, and we check to see that your property taxes on the property that you used to own, as an example, were paid on time.
Okay.
Now, if they weren't paid on time, that doesn't just kill the deal. But what happens is they oftentimes will ask for what we call a LISA, which is a life estate set aside, and that's where we pay the taxes instead of them.
Okay. So when you have a mortgage, you have mortgage payments, you have principal, interest, you have taxes and insurance. So with a HECM for Purchase, you wouldn't have principal, you wouldn't have interest,
Correct.
but you would still have taxes and insurance that would be required on
Yes.
the home.
Yes, we require that you pay them and that you keep the house up. That's our
Maintenance on the home.
maintenance on the home. Yes.
Okay.
That's our main requirements.
So what would be the advantages of, I mean, I think we've covered a few of the advantages of using a HECM for Purchase, but what are the advantages that you see as in getting a HECM for Purchase for a home that you're buying in the villages?
Okay. First one is, as I said earlier, you're buying a bigger, better home. The home you really want instead of the one you actually thought you could afford. That's number one. And not trying to, throw a bone in your corner, but you double your commission basically. So they're buying a house for $400 instead of $200. And then the third one is, in lieu of monthly payments, let's just say their payments were $1,000 a month if they did a regular mortgage to buy that $400,000 home. Well, $1,000 a month, and that's low for that, but let's just say $1,000 a month. That's $12,000 a year. That's 120 grand over 10 years. If they invested that money as opposed to, just having a regular mortgage payment, they have more to leave the kids, so to speak.
Right. Also, I always like to, when I talk about it, I also like to say, you're putting more money possibly in your bank account. A lot of people sometimes worry about what they're going to leave their kids.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yep.
one thing you can do by not putting 100% of your money into the account is you could give your kids money now and watch them enjoy it versus letting them have
Yeah.
it after
Yeah.
something happens.
Yeah, and we call that the what if. That's
Yep.
what that money is. What if? What if I need money? What if I need a new air conditioner? What if I, my spouse passes? It's nice to know you got that money in the bank rather than in your house, unable to do anything. Because the only other way to get it, of course, you could do a reverse refi, which is a great product. But other than that, you have to go out and get a HELOC, home equity line of credit, and then you got monthly payments.
Right.
So it's the best way to access the equity in your home without ever having payments.
Right. So how would somebody get in touch with you should they want to do that?
Well, I have 2 phone numbers and I have an email address. My office phone number is 352-633-3204, and my cell phone is a New Jersey number, 609-617-5723. And if you want to send me an email, it's B like Bruce Hancock, Hancock, at mutualmortgage.com.
Okay. Well, I think that covers everything that we wanted to cover today. Everyone, remember to like this video so that you see more like it. Make a comment. Let me know what you think and how it could help you. And like my page so that you can see more videos that I put out on a regular basis. So thank you very much, Bruce,
Thank
for
you.
your time today.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, everybody, and have a great day.